guys, welcome back to Glossed and Bossed. I'm Leah, your host, and we are going to be talking about rental today. We're going to talk about the misconception of owning a rental salon versus commission. I own a hybrid salon. I do both. However, I am moving into a full rental salon because I'm moving across the country. So I want to talk about the misconception of how rental makes you just no money, you can't grow, you can't run a real business. That's just complete BS. First off, with rental, you have predictable income. If you are running a salon where you are working on commission only, you are not sure what your numbers are going to be that week. People might not come in one week, and then your commission's going to be lower. The money you're bringing in the salon is going to be lower. As a rental salon, I know what I'm making every single month, every single week, every single day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If I have a contract signed, I know what I'm making. So for me, when I'm moving across country, I know I'm going to make a flat rate, and that's how much money I'm going to make as almost passive-ish income. I don't want to call it completely passive because you do have to still put in some work. I have payroll, I have managers that I have to pay. My overhead, like having drinks for your clients, we're still going to have things like that within a rental business, but my overhead is going to be way less. I'm not covering the cost of color for my stylist. I'm not covering their gloves. I'm not covering their back bar with their shampoos, conditioners, their products for the client's hair. I have almost no overhead. I just have your basics. I have your Wi-Fi. I have your rent. I have my taxes. I have my minimal payroll for my manager. And then the people that aren't renting, that are on employee payroll, the taxes for employee payroll can skyrocket. It is more than you think. To run this salon, it can cost me $20,000 a month with having a team on payroll. So for me, for someone that is going to be moving across country, going to a full rental model is very beneficial for me, and it's not a bad thing. They're just different models and different businesses. I also want to talk about rental still allowing mentorship. I saw something the other day where somebody said that as a stylist, going into a rental salon isn't good for you because you're just going to get stagnant and not grow. If you get into a salon that has standards and guidelines and a culture already created, you know what you're getting into as a booth renter. So at Bloom, we do have mentorship available for all of our stylists. We don't just let them walk in and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and they get to work that day. We literally take them step by step, whatever they need. If they want to learn about their numbers and how much they should be charging to make those numbers work. They want to literally start from scratch. Right now we have 2 girls getting ready to move to booth rental, and I printed them out step by step on what they need to do, and I'm actually going to sit down with them. We're going to go on the SEC website. We're going to create their LLC with the state. We're going to contact DPOR, the health department, and make sure that they're getting that all lined up. We're going to contact the insurance companies. We're going to do all of that together so they're not alone, because starting off your own business can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. So if this is something that scares you as a stylist, you should really reach out to a salon that is going to guide you within this. The myth of saying that rental salons, you just get stagnant and you're not going to go anywhere because you're going to not get education, you're not going to learn, you're just going to get stuck in your ways, isn't true unless you want it to be. If you are a stylist looking into rental, there's things that you need to figure out. You need to figure out what your numbers are, how many clients you have, what you need to succeed and to pay your bills. So there are so many different programs out there where you can learn this online. My good friend Jennifer Kinney with the Independent Styles podcast, if you go to her Instagram page, she has plenty of printable hair salon guides that you can download and learn all of this that you need to know as a booth renter. Or you can DM me and ask me some questions and I'll help. If you are a hairstylist looking into commission or rental, or you are commission and you're looking into rental, you really want to look at the benefits that it can be. So for instance, I have 2 girls. We looked at their numbers. One of my girls is bringing in 10 grand a month. I'm getting half of that. Or if I have a girl that's on 40% commission, 45% commission, whatever it is, I'm taking that amount of money from them and then I'm paying taxes on it. It is crazy for a stylist that is bringing in 10 grand a month to give me half of that. Even though I'm paying their taxes, part of their taxes, the money that they could be making is it's just crazy if you look at the numbers of it. So it's like those are the things you want to look at. So if your numbers are really low and you're still building, maybe booth rental wouldn't be for you. But if you're booked out, you're bringing in bank for whatever salon you're working at, look at your numbers, see what you're bringing in, do the math of what your rental would be, how much color might cost you a week, And if you're starting out, I tell my girls, I'm like, look at your week of the clients you just have booked. You can literally just look and be like, okay, I know what her color formula is. I know what her color formula is. Get your basics, get your gloves, get your foils, get your developers, get your lightener. You know you're going to need that. And then you're going to go and look at the color formulas you need, or look at your clients, whatever, get your basics and grab that. You can spend maybe $300 your first week and get behind the chair and make all your money in your pocket. Add all your numbers together, look at how much you're going to make that week. You might have to do 3 clients to cover the cost of that. Maybe not, depending on what your numbers are. I mean, a full highlight could be $350 to $500, depending on where you're at and how many foils you're doing and how much product you're using. So take that into account and know that everything else after that is your money in your pocket. Obviously, we do want to talk taxes. You want to make sure you have an accountant. If you are somebody that is in a situation where you need to show that you make income, you are going to need to pay yourself as an employee and get taxes taken out, because you're going to owe taxes at the end of the year, big time if you don't. If you are somebody that is in a situation where you have a husband or a significant other that can support you and you're not looking to buy a house or rent a new apartment and you don't have to show any income, then you can just transfer your money to your account and your accountant can handle all of that like a sole proprietor. When you move to all rental, not just the overhead gets tremendously lower. You are not going to have as much liability because each of your renters is going to carry their own insurance and you're going to be additionally insured on that. As a salon owner for people that are commission, you are responsible for every single one of those clients as well as every single one of those stylists. So that's also something you want to think about. I know that I'm going to make a set amount every single month while I'm across the United States, and that is passive-ish income. I have a manager that I'm going to check in with to make sure everything's running nice and smooth, and that's that. Not everybody wants to be in control and maybe babysitting. I don't know. I don't want to call it babysitting. I don't want to call it babysitting. My girls would be like, what the fuck, bitch? A healthy environment, a healthy salon, a healthy business is going to be coming from an owner that doesn't want to micromanage and isn't micromanaging. Nobody wants that. Also, nobody gets into the career of being a hairstylist that wants to just bottom out and not grow. I didn't get into this career to just make somebody else money all the time. Yes, it's great if you just want to come to work and leave. But if you come to work and are a business owner, your own business owner, you're making double the money, minus your taxes and your little bit of overhead, and you get to be your own boss. What's better than that? Booth rental might seem like it's scary, but it's really not. Once you get through those first little steps, it's easy peasy. Thanks for tuning in for Glossed and Bossed. As always, please leave your comments below what you'd like to see or hear about next. You can also send us a private message, DM, email. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.